Yeah. Good morning. Oh, hell, man. Hello, hello. This is me. Is that you? What's going on out there, ladies and gentlemen? How are you? How was your week? Happy Saturday. Let me go out there and dive into that Christmas shopping scene. Hmm, I don't know. We got a few things to do. So, good morning, Kevin Hawthorne. Good to see you. Dave Howard on the quick trigger this morning, winning the Facebook race to the comment section. Morning, Bob, says Locke Johnson. What's up, brother? Yeah. How was your night? How you doing? How was your week? What's going on? Who had a good win they'd like to share? Kevin, what do you do? Tell me about you. Kevin Hawthorne on YouTube. 5257. Got a bunch of reels done. Got a bunch of YouTube stuff uploaded for the podcast. What else I get done? Got some emails kicked back to people. It's been a productive morning. Yeah. Got my Christmas outfit on. It's about as good as it gets. I look like a Christmas ornament today. North Star Bailey has joined. Is that you, Bill? Good to see you. Maybe it's Alex. I don't know. Who's running the show over there? Bill had some knee surgery here last week and earlier. Was it this week or last week? I don't know, but he's got a new knee. So hobbling around, getting better all the time, I'm sure. Top of the morning to you, as Rachel Berlin says. The balance of the day to yourself, my lad, and may you use it well. That's all I know. And that's because of my mom. My grandmother was Irish. So I guess I'm like half Irish, I think. I don't know. Something like that. So maybe a little French. German? I don't know. It's French and English. Yeah, that's what it is. Christmas spirit's overwhelming. Yeah. I can't wait to just get out there and, you know, maybe just roll through Target. Just to browse. Just gonna go out and browse, you know. Yeah, Kevin works at the Citrus Connection bus terminal, Lakeland, Florida. Been working here for 21 years until April. Be the 22nd year there. Good for you, man. I appreciate you being on. Don't forget to share it out when you can. Good to see you, Bill. And Kevin, if you can take care of those YouTube guys that give me a hard time about 5 to 10 minutes in every day, I'd appreciate it. The bots. Good morning, Wendy. How are you? Yeah. So, what's happening, guys? Good to see you. See who else is here. We're up to 11 people already. Going to Dublin in February, are you? Good. I get some good Irish jokes. My friend Jim Thorne usually tells them way better than I do. I butcher a good joke. You know why I can't tell a good joke? Because I start thinking about the punchline and I start cracking up. Shoot. I guess it does its job. So, yeah. What's going on, guys? What do you have going on today? Who has their shopping done? Or do you even participate in the madness? Good morning, Dan Bennett. Look at you breaking down barriers, getting here at 8:03. We love you, buddy. Oh, man. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Jubal coming in from New Mexico. Finally getting some rest. You getting rested up from all your traveling, buddy? Yeah, we're gonna have a busy year too. Traveling a bunch. We got Job Tread Connect in January. For you guys that are using that construction management software that we all love. They have a conference January 14th through the 16th. We'll be there. And then we're going to pivot from there. The next week, go to a Techo Block event down in Raleigh. And then back to Houston for the, I think, 26th and 7th for a 2-day takeoff event. So it's going to be a busy January. So good morning to Bubba Hogan and good night. I'll have to catch the replay. Yeah, Bubba just drove, it was 1,100 miles from New York to Memphis overnight. I don't know how you do it, buddy. All in the dark. Man, that's brutal. Dan Bennett said, here at Carl's Diner with Uncle Tim. Tell him I said hello. Miss you guys. Have a great Saturday. And you guys hitting the stack of pancakes this morning, Dan? Dave says, shopping has been done. Go to our grandson and daughter's recital in New Hampshire. Yeah, you're one of those people. One of those people. Getting it all done early. Yeah. Oh man. Well, it's all good. If you get it done early, you end up spending more money. You know that? Because then you run out at the last minute and you forget what you bought. It's like packing one thing at a time. When you go on a trip, you put stuff in your bag. You know what's in the bottom, so you just add more stuff. So you end up bringing more stuff. See, so this is why you do your shopping last minute every time. Bacon and eggs for Dan. Good to see you. Yeah. Well, make sure you leave a good tip. So I'll sure you get a few good tips from Uncle Tim. So Christmas Club helps to have it. Yeah, Dave. And you're at the warehouse still, right? You're at Hannaford. That's where I originally met you, I believe. Both my brother Rick and I both met you there. And that was a good 37 years ago. Wow. Yeah. That's something. Yeah. I used to work there. That's when you used to hear, I need a machine man over here, and I gotta clean up here, and I'll everybody be whizzing by me on their forklift. 22 years in. Yeah. Wow. Is that right? Yeah. I don't know. That wasn't 37 years. Yeah, that's about right. Wow. Yeah, and then I see you a bunch in the main running community. So shoot me your DM me your email address or something. I'm gonna shoot you a link so I can get you on the podcast if you take the time. I'd love to have you. But yeah, we used to was DJing weddings and clubs and karaoke and all that stuff. And back then, used to working at the Hannaford warehouse. Remember, I pulled in behind one guy in a forklift. I mean, a pallet jack one day, and I stepped off the pallet jack. He decided to put his in reverse and pinned my ankle between his fork and pallet, and my front end of mine, which was all steel. And I'm told it would have killed the average man. I happened to limp through it, but I came home, my ankle was swelled up. The next day, I had to have some help putting my boot on and limping into work because you didn't want to be hurt, in there because you were a target. And then you would be hazed. So I limped around for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of limped around for a couple of weeks. It was, but I'll tell you what, that's straight up work in there. I'm going to tell you, my back has never been the same. But that's straight up work. And there's guys that do that. I suspect you're one of them, Dave, that very efficiently when you do it. But it didn't come easy to me. So I think it was too much, squirrel moments. So yeah, that was yeah, suck it up. Rub some dirt on it, will you? Yeah, you just want ankle kiss. Yeah, exactly. Just trying the sympathy route this morning, Lock. See what happens, See if it gets me gets me anywhere. So anyway, who's traveling for Christmas? Anybody? Family coming in? Mother-in-law, that kind of thing. Rachel with the foot. Yeah. All right. Well, I got some good stuff here for you today. It's really timely around the holidays, too. We're going to talk about boundaries. Yeah. Talk about boundaries that protect your peace, okay? Driving south. Okay, Nikki. You guys driving now or taking off later? Going into work for Christmas. Damn. Yeah. Good pay, though, right, Dave? Yeah, they do a good job. You guys, they pay well. I always thought. I mean, I worked there pretty much a summer and then some, and like paid for my whole car. It wasn't a brand new car, but to me it was. So, um, yeah, boundaries that protect your peace, guys, in work, at play, whatever. With your W-2, with family, with your team, with your company, it doesn't matter. Yeah, double time and a half. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, go make yourself a week's pay there, man. Guys, you don't feel overwhelmed because you're weak, okay? You feel overwhelmed because your boundaries are loose, all right? You're letting too much stuff in, okay? Most people don't struggle with discipline. They just struggle with the boundaries. They always want to say yes, right? Say yes when they should say no, and they answer to everything immediately and take on problems that aren't theirs, and they just dive in and then feel guilty for, protecting their time when they have to. And they confuse availability with leadership or being helpful. Okay. So today's about learning how to protect your peace without becoming selfish and cold and disconnected, right? It's like, I have boundaries. Don't talk to me. Hey, you guys want to go out? No, we got the boundaries going. No, we're not doing that. We have boundaries. I'm not talking about that, right? Just like maybe just drawing some lines in the sand, like, we're not doing that anymore, or I'm not going to let that be done to me. Okay. Most overwhelmed, business owners or leaders I work with aren't lazy. They're far from it. They just care deeply. They want to help people and be available and be dependable, and they don't want to disappoint anybody. But here you go, right? Your lack of boundaries becomes someone else's convenience, right? We'll just have him do it. Well, put that on Bob. Bob will take care of it, whatever. Okay. And over time, that starts to erode your energy level, your own clarity, and your patience and your focus. And finally, your joy. And now you're walking all around pissed off all the time. I had to learn this myself. Okay. Protecting my peace, didn't make me less committed, made me a better leader and a husband and father and coach, and as a coach, you do have to have some boundaries, right? Because people will take liberties. None of you guys, of course. Yeah. So, have you ever said yes and then immediately like regretted it? Say, "Oh, why did I do that?" Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll take care of that. And they're like, "Oh, I definitely shouldn't have said that. I don't even know how I'm going to handle that." Right? Yeah, Alex, I definitely lack boundaries. Just so you know, Bill's on here. Just kidding. Yeah, we say yes and then regret it. Why do we do that? Right? Boundaries aren't walls, guys. They're just filters. Okay. Yeah, Dave, I suspect you're like that too. Yeah. Um, a lot of people think boundaries are like aggressive or selfish. Oh no, no, Bob don't want to take on anything. No, it's not so much that. Okay. But that's what gets your energy. You know, when you have the boundaries, it gets you time, or it gets your attention. Okay. Healthy boundaries let the right things in. You've all heard that. We've said it before. If you say yes to something and yes to something and yes to something, you got to say no to something else. Yeah, Nikki, guilty of stacking my plate too full, working on that. Yeah. Yeah, something got to go, right? Too much people pleasing. Yeah, of course. So, and that gets to the overwhelm, right? So, make sure we're on. Let me know if I turned Instagram on. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Bill's on. Bill, be quiet over there on Instagram. You're the only one there. Oh man. Overwhelm grows when everything has access to you. Simple as that. All right. If every call gets answered, if every text gets an immediate response, if every request gets considered, if every problem becomes yours, your nervous system just never gets a break. Okay. Leaders don't eliminate responsibility, they control access. Probably one of the best people at this that I know, because she's worked a lot on it, is Wendy. Okay. She does a very good job to a point where I'm like, will you answer your phone? I texted you 2 hours ago. She goes, I didn't have a phone. In fact, I don't even know where it is. I'm like, I'm jealous. I would like to be more like that. She just doesn't let it run her life, where so many of us, myself included, are always looking, hey, does somebody need me? Did I get a text? How many views did I get on that reel I put up there? Right? Yeah, that is a good New Year's resolution, right? Set some boundaries. Yeah. So what drains you guys the most right now? Pop it in the chat. Is it time, or people, or expectations, work, family, something else? Time, people, expectations. That covers a lot of them, right? I would say goals too, right? You got, you've heard me say, yeah, world domination. Sometimes, I got to back it down a little bit and realize that, Rome wasn't built in a day. But then I always say, doesn't mean they didn't try. Right? Right. Yeah, pop it in the chat. Is it time? Is it people? Is it your work or your business or that kind of life? Or is it expectations that others place on you? Family, kids, parents, something else? Yeah, Tim. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Tim says people. Yeah. Rest of you liars, because you're not saying anything. Boundaries reduce resentment, guys. Okay. Alex says people with the little things that expected to be done yesterday. Yeah. I thought we had talked about right. Yeah. That's when you gave me something to do that I didn't really agree to. Yeah, I remember that one. Um, yeah, guys, resentment is often a boundary issue, not a people issue, right? Um, if you have some boundaries, you can reduce the resentment, right? When you say yes out of guilt, or overextend or stay silent or avoid honesty, you don't feel generous. You feel resentful. Okay. So clear boundaries prevent emotional debt. Think about that for a second. Yeah. Wendy says our expectations we put on ourselves. Yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day, but I wasn't on that project. I like it. It's probably why it took him so long. Dave says, trying to get my workout in the morning so I don't go all day wondering when I'm going to get it in, or late in the day work. Yeah, it doesn't get done. So, yeah. So guys, calm leaders don't react, they respond. Okay. Boundaries create space between stimulus and response. So you don't have to answer. There's no rule that says you have to answer a text right the second you get it. Okay. The space is where clarity lives, patience lives, leadership lives. So without boundaries, everything feels urgent, right? I got to do it, got to do it, got to do it. With boundaries, urgency fades. Okay. Boundaries are communicated, not implied. You might need to tell somebody about it. People can't respect them if they don't know what they are or that they exist. Okay. Here's a boundary. I respond to messages during business hours. It's very simple and polite. I don't make decisions on the spot. Hey, let me check my schedule and get back to you on that. You know, oh, I'm unavailable at that time. Here's another one. I wish I could. Or here's another one, and this one's a lot longer. Here it is. No. Perfect. It's a complete sentence, right? Clarity prevents conflict, guys. Let people know where you're at on something. Okay. Yeah. Pop in the chat if you dare. What boundary do you know you need but haven't enforced yet? I would put time, boundary on my time, because I give it very freely. Um, Rachel says you teach people how to treat you by how fast you respond. Yeah, yeah. No, love it. And you don't have to yell, Dave. Just no. And then just be like, start controlling your time. Yeah. What boundary do you know you need but you haven't enforced yet? Is it time? Maybe it's maybe you're always writing checks for things that to get rid of issues you didn't create, making things go away, right? Throwing money at stuff. And guys, your own guilt is not a reason to break a boundary. Okay. Yeah, Rachel says time. Guilt is an emotion, not a directive. Just because you feel bad doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, right? Yeah, turn on my D&D during workouts. That is my time. Yeah, good for you, Nick. Yeah, just because you feel bad doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It might feel tough to establish a boundary with somebody or something, okay? But you're going to protect your energy. You're going to protect your clarity and your leadership and longevity. You probably live longer. You can be kind and firm. Alex says, I'm so bad at that. I use the office manager to say it for me. Yeah. Ben Bryant, good morning, sir. Answer right away, but schedule a response for 3 weeks out. Yeah, there you go. Oh, shoot. Yeah, use those tools, right? That's a good point, Ben, right? That's a great one. Nikki says Dave. So boundaries are an act of self-respect too, guys. Really, like every time you hold a boundary, you reinforce your identity. Okay. My time matters. My energy matters. My leadership matters. I matter. Self-respect reduces overwhelm faster than motivation ever will, or any affirmation. Okay. I have one of my guys do that for me too. You guys got to figure it out. Turning off notifications on my phone was one of the best things I've ever done. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I've gotten rid of some apps too. I'm like, I don't need this. It's, frankly, it's pissing me off. I don't need to be looking at it. I don't need to hear the ding, all that stuff. So, yeah, what's one boundary you're committing to protecting this week, guys? Just start there. You know what I always say. Don't try to do everything at once. I'm done with all this stuff, right? No. Pick one thing and just very gently establish a boundary. And that may be with one of those kind of never doing it again statements where you're like, I'm just not doing that anymore. I'm not allowing that. Because I know if I allow that, then my time goes here. Then I don't get that thing done that supports the things that I'm trying to accomplish. Yeah, for sure. That's how I missed like 6 months of Bob's Life in the that morning, right? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta do what you wanna do, guys, and the only way to do that is to protect your time, okay? I got some reflective questions for you, right? It's what we do. Where am I leaking energy? I always say, where are the holes in your boat? Where's the water coming in? Or where are you letting energy out? Okay. Wendy and I are going over to see Stacy today, and she's great. She'll always check in with me, and she'll say, "Hey, big energy out lately. How you doing? Big energy out lately." That's her thing, right? She knows when I'm out there going crazy, and but it just kind of takes me a minute of like, yeah, yeah, she's right. So, but it makes me check in, right, and also remind myself I got to have some boundaries, right, and we have to stop and maybe take a breath once in a while. Okay. Um, about this one, who or what has too much access to me, right? Maybe you need to just narrow that conduit a little bit. You get somebody, you ever had somebody texting you like, okay, and they're rapid fire, you answer, boom, you get another one back, and your gift for responding is boom, you get another boom, boom, right? So then you do the 10-minute thing. Oh, okay, I'll give them 10 minutes before I respond. And then the next one you do 20 minutes, and then you go 40, and then you go an hour and a half, right? Yeah, Luke. I need it now. I need it now. Yeah, you can train these guys. People can be trained. What day are we celebrating your 365? Dave says. Day 365 is going to be the day after Christmas. So, I think that's the day. I mean, what other day would it be, right? I'll still go, we'll still have 5 days to go before the end of the year. Yeah, today is day 359. So, it's the day after Christmas, and I got a couple things I'm thinking of doing that day that are going to be fun. I think so. Be a good time. Put that on your calendar, if you will. I know it's the day after Christmas, but hey, everybody should be gone. Throw them out if they're not there. If they're still there. My mom, LOL, joking, not joking. Personal carpenter. Yeah, for sure. Hey, where do I confuse being helpful with being available? Right? You get to decide if you want to wade into something, right? And how about those people that just ask you for a little thing or a quick setup question, right? They'll text you, "Hey, do," and you answer helpfully, and then, "Hey, you might want to think about this." Oh, that's perfect. And then all of a sudden, you have a task. I'm like, how did that happen? How did I just get tasked by being helpful, right? Ask yourself this: what boundary would reduce my stress the fastest? Hmm. What boundary would reduce my stress the fastest? Is it not, maybe it's, "Hey, I don't do the texting or messaging thing, after 5 or 6 PM. Doesn't matter, not doing it. So, if it's underwater or on fire, call me. Christmas is over, and it's time to celebrate, Bob, just before the new year." Yeah, we're gonna do it. Celebrate all you guys too. Um, guys have been right here through thick and thin, so airports and hotel rooms with creepy backdrops. Actually, they're fine. Oh, shoot. Ben says it's easier for me to say no to bigger stuff. The 5-minute stuff's harder. Before I know it, I've got a week of 5-minute tasks. Yeah. Yeah, and they add up, right? And then you got the chaos and the overwhelm and the stress and yeah, next thing you know, you're wondering what happened, right? How did I get here? So yeah, guys, I guess today just like be mindful of it, right? Create a little self-awareness around it. One of the things that I probably could use some a boundary on it. It's a hard one because sometimes people get the drop on me. They'll say something to me, kind of maybe a passive aggressive comment, and I'll be 10 or 15 minutes later going, huh, why didn't I say, I should have said this. Why didn't I say that at that time? Right? Why didn't I respond in this way? Because they kind of got the drop on me, and they kind of take that with you, that kind of thing. And I was like, ooh, stung in the moment, and I didn't respond because I didn't maybe want to put them on the spot or have them look foolish, right? And I did that one time to somebody, and I was very calm. They said something kind of shitty, and I said, I just said they asked a question and then made an assumption. I said that's interesting. Why? Well, what do you mean? I'm just curious. You had a, you had an opinion there, and you shared it. I'm just curious why. It's very calm about it, but they just kept getting madder and madder and madder. Like, okay, it was fine. Exit stage left. So anyway, don't let yourself get walked on, right? Don't let them leave their monkey. I like that. They had to take it with them. Not what is that? Not my monkeys, not my circus, something like that. Yeah. Good morning, Dustin. Good to see you here, buddy. We're talking about protecting our peace and setting some boundaries, right? Particularly around the holidays, right? You'll get into maybe you're seeing some people you don't normally see, right? Maybe people are making assumptions, and people are making you feel a certain way. Just stay the course, guys. All right, just stay the course. Um, yeah. So protect my peace. To protect my peace, I will no longer fill in the blank. To protect my peace, I will no longer boom. What are you gonna know? What are you gonna no longer do to protect your peace? Sometimes mine is like, and I kind of have to be careful with this with Wendy too, because she's such a great sounding board. But I can rant and rave about something, right? And something it's like a safe space. I can unload, but you have to be careful that you're just not puking all over somebody that you love all the time, right? So that's kind of a different kind of boundary. Where I'm not going to do that behavior. I'm going to do less of it because it probably isn't attractive, even, right? So be careful with that stuff too. Ask yourself what kinds of liberties you might be taking with others and what kind of boundaries you might not be expecting that, are you somebody has to put up a fence because of, right? Ooh, wow, Bob. I thought this was about other people. Stop. I'm uncomfortable. Guys, boundaries don't push people away. They protect what matters most, and that's your peace, your clarity, your leadership, your time, all of that stuff, right? So just write peace in the chat if this landed well with you. And that's EACA for you spelling champs out there. EACE for you spelling champs out there. Peace, pice. I'll have a piece of cake. Alex said this really hits home. It's a big problem with me. Yeah. Do one thing, Alex. Just one. Okay. It'll feel good too when you kind of take back your time a little bit. Yeah, I'll protect my peace by remembering how important my peace is and the fact that everyone will benefits from it. Yeah, there's a ripple effect. Yeah, as Wendy says, be the ripple, right? Speaking of being the ripple, check out the ticker tape on the bottom of the video. SPAC, you had to just do it, didn't you? You just had to do it. I got to get rid of that comment. It's driving me nuts. Check out Wendy's Etsy store. It's a little late to get something for Christmas, but if you like what she's doing with her t-shirts, with her love and kindness threads, check that out. Maybe send somebody a t-shirt. Do something nice for somebody. Yeah. Peace out to all, Dave Howard says. Yeah, have a Merry Christmas, all that jazz. Rachel says, as a leader, that was a hard one. Are you just venting? Do you need my help or advice? Don't just leave it here. Yeah, exactly. That can take care of a lot of it too, because like I tend to be a fixer. If somebody's venting to me, I'm like, well, do this here. You got to do that. You got to, and it's a kind of a hard lesson to learn as a fixer when you say, well, maybe this person is just unloading, and I've said that in coaching calls to people too before. Like, I think I need to understand if we're looking to solve here, or you just need to vent. And if you do, that's fine. I can listen, okay, but typically want to try to fix. So, and you might get less of it next time. Pice out, Dave. Dave with the pice sign. Hey, that should be a t-shirt, Wendy. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I try not to I don't mess with Wendy and her stuff unless she asks me, because I tend to get a little passionate about the business ideas. And she's like, you got to let me do it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, what can I do to help? She set up her store this week up in it's called Causeway Commons in Naples, Maine, and it's I don't want to say consignment. It's like an artisan shop where a bunch of people that go in and set up a corner or a wall or a rack. They might have new arts and crafts and funky things like that. No, cool stuff. So a lot of Maine artisans are in there, and Wendy knows Sonny, the owner, and she said, "Why don't you come up and put up a rack?" So she did. She went through all that and had to put all the labels on and all the SKUs and all that and get everything straight and put a big order in with a local T-shirt provider, a printer, and so she's learned a lot. So I'm proud of her. She's doing a good job with it, and peace be with you all. Yes, peace be with you. You got it right, Rachel. So, yeah. Anyway, so it's going good. And a few things today. Probably go down and hit that Double L Beans down there in Freeport and check that out. Grab some lunch together, and this is where I kind of come in at the end and say, "All right, now what do we need to do for Christmas?" Oh, it's terrible. I've been busy, guys. I've been busy, so thank God she's been out kicking ass and taking names. So Bob's new shirt by Wendy's, peace, found on my morning live. Yeah, peace, found on my morning live. How about this? Peace, hashtag live 365. Yeah, shout out to High Pine Apparel. Yeah. John Burke and the crew over there did a great job getting her straightened out and getting her what she needed. So super. Wendy, we'll have to put their link in here now. So yeah. Rachel, and in your spirits. Yeah, for sure. Roy Dahl, good to see you, man. Who else is here that I haven't said hello to yet? Scrolling back, the YouTuber guy person went away, so that's good. Not my guy that jumps on in the morning. The first guy, Kevin Hawthorne, but the other clown that's a bot or something. So, but it makes it interesting. So, anyway, guys, get out there and elbow your way to the front of the line today. You know, cut those people off in traffic. And if you really want to top off your day, don't put that grocery cart back or the cart. Just leave it right out there. I'm just kidding. Do the opposite of everything I say. Zach Clark, my word, you haven't Christmas show. Well, the ripcord for us here in Maine used to be LL Bean at midnight because it was open 24 hours. You could stack that Christmas shopping right up against, Christmas and just head out around 9 o'clock, go up to Beans, drop a mortgage payment or two and clean it right up. So, yeah, Catherine Thomas says she loves her shirts. Just be there to support Wendy with whatever she needs, a hug, coffee, massage. Listen to this, guys. You got me. A TikTok absolutely shredded by people the other day. Isn't it fun, Ben? Yeah. I had a guy tell me once, I wrote a blog about one of my races, and it was like, if you could hear what goes on in my head and what gets said during an Ironman race. And I was just kind of writing it like in my voice, right? In fragmented sentences and just ... another 3 or 4 word ... And some guy just lit me up and roasted me. He said, "This is the absolute longest, most grammatically incorrect run-on sentence and terrible paragraph I've ever seen in my life." I'm like, dude, it's supposed to be that way. Oh, yeah. Call out them YouTubers. Yeah. Yeah, Ben, put your TikTok in there. We want to see you do the what do you call that when you go like the what is that? Somebody put that in there. What is it, the thing that they do on TikTok? I don't know. I tried it once. Mark Bunker, late to the party. Where you been, buddy? Good thing we hung around a little while this morning, having some laughs. No, it's not the chicken dance. It's what is it? They go one hand this way. Don't make me stand up and try to do it. What is it called? It's one word. Come on, you guys, let me. You know what it is. There's a lag here in the comments. What is that? Wendy knows. Can do it. One arm goes one way and one. I don't know. Superior Pawns, of course, on TikTok. Check it out. Yeah, I'm hot and cold on TikTok. I might not open it for the floss, not the gloss. The floss, yeah. The Macarena, nope. Yeah, the floss. We'll go on Ben's page and he's gonna show you guys how he flosses. No, I'm not doing it, Ben. Bubba Hogan will take that video and he'll own me for years. He's got a few already. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it today. It was fun. Had a few laughs. Always a great way to start a Saturday. We're gonna have our Christmas shopping meeting up at the table here in a minute. Find out what else needs to be done. This is the day where I ride in on a hero, like a hero, and say, all right, let's knock this out. And meanwhile, she's been wrapping and shopping for a couple of weeks. So the mashed potato. Oh shit, no. Pee Wee Shuffle. Listen to you guys. Even Juan's jumping in. So I'll tell you what, day 365. We'll have a competition. See who can do the floss. All right, guys. I love y'all. Love connecting with you guys in the morning. It brightens my day too. I hope it has a positive impact on yours. Share it out. You guys have been doing great with the shares. I appreciate it. Commenting in the chat and passing it on to people and making a comment like, hey, check this guy out every day at 8 a.m. I appreciate it. And as I said, if it's not something you want on your page, throw it to somebody in a DM at least once. Nikki, I bet you can do the floss. Yeah, I bet you can do the floss. So we're going to see that maybe on day 365. Yeah, Wendy's going to be on Stacy Semino's live today. So join us. What is there a specific time that's between maybe 11:30, something like that, Wendy? If Wendy Turner wanted your help, she would have asked. They're ganging up on me here. You bet, Tim. Glad to see you here. Time to get serious. Let's go get some shit done, huh? Even though it's Saturday. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. I appreciate it. Love y'all. Take care.